This is Dr. Bass with your morning medicine. It may sting a little bit, it may even burn, but surely it will do what medicine does, and that's heal. Some of you listening this morning learned very early that love meant sacrifice. Not healthy sacrifice, not partnership, not balance. Sacrifice that required disappearance. You learned that your value lived in taking care of everybody else. Keep the peace. Don't upset anyone. Fix it. Carry it. Hold it together. Be strong. Don't cry. Don't need too much. Don't ask for too much. And if we're honest, some of us became little adults long before we ever got a chance to be children. Some of you became emotional support for your parents. Some of you became protectors in homes where nobody protected you. Some of you learned to read rooms before you learned algebra. Learned survival before safety. Learned responsibility before joy. Learned hypervigilance before rest. And what protected you then may be suffocating you now. Because childhood identities often become adult prisons. That little girl that learns to keep everybody happy, now she's struggling to say no. That little boy who learned never to show weakness, now he's carrying depression in silence. That child who became the fixer, now they're exhausted, overwhelmed, anxious, and secretly resentful because everybody calls when they need help and nobody asks, who's helping you? And here's the painful part. People eventually get comfortable sitting beside your fire, especially if you spent your entire life burning. People will hand you their stress, their emergencies, their chaos, their responsibilities, their emotions, and because you love deeply, because you care deeply, because you're loyal, you start setting yourself on fire to keep everybody else warm. You give money that you don't have. You answer calls that you don't have energy for. You abandon your boundaries, delay your healing, ignore your health, silence your needs, postpone your dreams, and after years of doing it, something dangerous happens. Exhaustion starts to feel normal. Listen carefully. You were not born to be emergency housing for everybody's pain. You were not created to become fuel. You deserve warmth too. You deserve rest too. You deserve care too. And I know somebody listening feels guilty right now because guilt shows up anytime cycle breakers start changing. Anytime the people pleasers start saying no. Anytime the fixers stop fixing. Anytime the caretakers finally start to care for themselves. But hear me. Breaking cycles often feels like betrayal before it feels like freedom. Because families and systems get used to the version of us that abandons ourselves. And when you change, people notice. Some celebrate. Some resist it. Some call it selfish. Some call it different. But sometimes growth looks selfish to people benefiting from your self-neglect. Hear me with that. Because some people needed that. And if you have children watching you, nieces and nephews watching, sons watching, students watching, community watching, understand something. Children inherit what we normalize. Not just what we say, what we live. If your child watches you abandon yourself repeatedly, they may learn more that love means exhaustion. If they watch you carry everybody else while collapsing quietly, they may inherit your suffering and call it strength. And that's how generations continue. Not because people are weak, because pain has become tradition. But listen to me this morning. It stops today. Not next year, not after burnout, not after another breakdown. Today. Today you stop apologizing for rest. Today you stop proving your worth through suffering. Today you stop believing love requires self-destruction. Today you stop confusing sacrifice with disappearance because you cannot pour into generations while disappearing yourself. One commitment today. Ask yourself, am I helping or am I burning? That's the difference. And remember this, you are allowed to heal. You're allowed to rest. You are allowed to matter too. If this message found you today, share my voice with someone who has spent too much of their life setting themselves on fire to keep other people warm. This is Dr. Batts with your morning medicine, and I'll see you tomorrow.